So excited. There we are. I am beyond excited. I'm like gathering information. I literally got into a zip file and 118 documents appeared on my desktop. So, oh my God, great day for Abby and Libby. Let me tell you, I'm pretty excited. Oh, there you are. Hey, Mexi. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm going to do extra videos for some of the perks and probably some lives as perks. I'm pretty excited. That was good news. But you know what? This is even better. 118 documents. Oh, so let's see. I'm going to start now just with. So I didn't even explain, you guys. This is Richard Allen has admitted this on the phone, talking to his wife on a jail phone. It was recorded, and it looks like that might not have been the best idea for him because they have now put out all these documents and there's a lot to them. There is a lot to them. I'm going to start right now. I'm just going to let you know what has happened here. And then we do have a couple of documents that I've gone through that we should talk about, I think. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm literally, this is like, oh my God, like Christmas. So Delphi suspect Richard Allen documents unsealed and posted online. Mexi sent me the zip file as well. Like, it's big. I am looking so forward to getting through there and seeing. I mean, they're saying that all the details are in there. So maybe they are totally. I mean, he confessed on the phone. Oh boy. So hundreds of pages of sealed filings in Delphi suspect Richard Allen case was published online Wednesday. Okay, guys, I just want to make sure everything's running okay. I'm back to an unfamiliar. I haven't worked on this platform a whole bunch, so I want to make sure everything's going good for you guys. I'm so stoked. So hundreds of pages. We did that. The filings from both the state and defense attorneys were sealed to comply with the court order dated December 2nd, 2022, which prohibits public comment, commonly referred to as the gag order. Special Judge Frances Gull wrote in her Wednesday order. So you can find all these documents at ellensuperiorcourt.us.delphi. So that's going to give you, if you decide you want to go through these, that's where the 118 documents lie. And expect it to fill up wherever you choose to put it. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay. So counsel agree with the court that the public interest is best served by transparency, but that certain pleadings should remain sealed, Gull wrote in her Wednesday order. The unedited version of the probable cause affidavit, but still it remains sealed. It does not list the witness, and it contains and does not contain the names of the juveniles. So nothing has really changed as far as that goes, they're saying. To ease the burden of the Carroll clerk's staff, the Allen County officials used to upload the document to use the internet. Documents into the internet. I am excited. I'll slow down. This case, I mean, I swear to God, it is one that I have watched from the very, very, very beginning. And you know, there was so many names thrown out there. There was a lot of, oh my God, there was a lot of fogging up the facts. But this guy, he admitted being there a couple of days after this happening, wearing the same clothes as Bridge Guy. So how does that happen? 6 years later, they find it. Well, hello, James. Hey, Perry. Good to see you guys. Mexi. So let's see. You're not off work for a couple hours, girl. I am beyond excited. Okay, let's get back to this one. In an April 20 motion requesting the public be prohibited from inspecting the records, McClellan wrote the public's interest will be substantially served by prohibiting access for the reason that the release of the information might damage an ongoing investigation or access or dissemination of the court, persons, or the public. Okay, well, that's what he says. I'm going to... Let's take a look. I've got a couple of things. I've got the motion. And let's see what they have to say here. I'll grab you there in a second. Just make it visible to my old eyes. Okay. Are you guys as excited as me? This is like, oh my God. I think the last time I freaked out like this is when they arrested this guy. Like literally my heart's pacing. It's like, oh, damn. Good job. Those girls, I mean, how can they not be in your heart? So, State of Indiana, County of Carroll, State of Indiana versus Richard M. Allen. Motion for leave of court to subpoena third-party records. Comes now the State of Indiana by Nicholas C. McClelland, prosecuting attorney for the 74th Judicial Circuit, and moves the court for an order for the Westville Correctional Facility. Attention, Elise Gallagher, 5501 S 1100 West, Westville, Indiana, postal code, blah, 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 blah. To produce the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office. Attention, Nicholas C. McClelland. While working with the Delphi investigation, County Carroll Sheriff's Department Detective Tony Liggett developed information that Richard Allen was involved in the death of Victim 1 and Victim 2. The investigation shows the following. So, can you guys see that? Is it big enough for you guys? No, you can't see it at all. Holy. So, I might blow that up for you a little bit more. Okay. I'll come over and see. That should help you a little bit better. There we are. Okay, let's do this. Woohoo! So, on February 14th, 2017, Victim 1 and Victim 2 were found deceased in the woods approximately 0.2 miles northeast of the Monon High Bridge in Carroll County. Their bodies were located on the north side of Deer Creek. At the time, the Monon High Bridge Trail was approximately 1 mile gravel trail terminating at the Monon High Bridge. The Monon High Bridge is an abandoned railroad trestle approximately a quarter mile long. It's long, guys. Spanning the Deer Creek and the Deer Creek Valley on the southeast end of the trail. Approximately 0.7 miles northwest of the trail from the northwestern edge of the Monon High Bridge is the Freedom Bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge spanning State Road 25. Approximately 350 feet west of the Freedom Bridge was a former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25, also known as County Road 300 North. The trail terminates just west of the former railroad overpass. The majority of the trail is in a wooded area with a steep embankment, and man, that is steep. Most of the pictures do not do that justice. The entirety of the trail and the location of the girls' remains were and are located in Carroll County, Indiana. The interviews, reviews of electronic records, and reviews of video at the Hoosier Harvard investigators believe Victim 1 and Victim 2 were dropped off across the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th, 2017 by Kelsey German. The Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300 North, near an entrance to the trail. A video from victim two's phone shows that at 2:13 p.m., victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. The male ordered the guys down the hill. No witnesses saw them after this time. No outgoing communications were found on victim two's phone after this time, and their remains were discovered on February 14th, 2017, Valentine's Day. Oh my word. Oh my word. Guys. So, let's see here. Victim 1 and victim 2's death were ruled as homicide. Clothes were found in Deer Creek belonging to victim 1 and victim 2, south of where their bodies were located. There was also a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet away from victim 2's body, between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies. The round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. So wonder how the hell he managed to leave that behind. Mexi and I were talking about this morning. Did he intentionally take that round out? And are we going to find out if he was alone? Oh my goodness. There is a ton of research to do, guys. So interviews were conducted with juveniles. 3 juveniles, RV, BW, and AS. They advised they were on the Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. They advised they were walking on a trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male, kind of creepy, and advised he was wearing blue jeans, a really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and he did not really show his face. She advised the jacket was duck canvas type jacket. RV advised she said hi to the male, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being all in black and had something covering his mouth. She described him as not very tall, with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". RV advised he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She stated he had his hands in his pockets. Oh, where's that ticker that he was supposedly looking at? BW showed investigators photographs she took on the phone. Oh, well, she was at the trail that day. The photographs included a photo of the Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another one was taken at 1:26 p.m. at the bench east of the Freedom Bridge. BW advised after she took the photo of the bench, they started walking back towards the Freedom Bridge. She advised that was... Okay, let's go. She advised that was when they... Oh, my God. That was when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim two's video. BW described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up with the clothing underneath his jacket. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulder. She advised RV said hi to the man and that he said nothing back. She stated he just walked past with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. She stated he had his hands in his pockets and kept his head down. She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. The girls advised after the encounter, the male, they continued to walk across that Freedom Bridge and the old railroad bridge over Old State Road 25. Investigators spoke with Betsy Blair, who advised she was on the trails on February 13th, 2017. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store captured Betsy's vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 towards the entrance across from the Mears farm. Oh my word. Hey Shauna, good to see you. I'm sorry, like holy exciting. This is just like the best news. I hope this means that this is over and frickin' done with. You know, he's admitted it. All this paperwork is out. Mexi, I bet you're just digging. I don't see you in there chit-chatting. She's going through 118 documents, Mach 1. Oh, Shauna, thank you so much. My very first super chat. Oh, my word, what a day. And thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I can do, like I said, we can do members now, $2.99, and I'll just do some extra content with you guys. Oh my goodness, this little bastard, eh guys? Ah! All right, let's get back to the Hoosier, where we were. I need a sip of tea, guys. Okay, let's see here. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket. She advised he was standing on the first. Okay, right. Betsy advised there was no other cars parked across from the Mears farm where she parked. She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge and observed a male watching one. Oh, let's see here. And observed a male watching the one from victim two's video. What the hell? Betty advised there was no more cars parked across from the Mears farm. Okay, guys, hold on here. Okay, let's see here. Betsy advised there were no other cars across from the Mears farm where she parked. She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge and observed a male watching the one from victim two's video. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket. So am I understanding this? She's seen him watching them? She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge, observed a male watching the one. Oh my God. I had no idea. She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. She advised she turned around the bridge and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area, across from the Mears farm, she passed two girls walking toward the Monon High Bridge. She believed, she believed the girls were victim one and victim two. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows at 1:49 a white car matching Kelsey German's, which would be correct, vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears farm. Betsy advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Well, exactly. Oh, so her vehicle is seen on the Hoosier Harvest Store video at 2:14, leaving westbound from the trails. Betsy advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle was parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Services building. So we've talked about all of this in a separate video. We've got that playlist, and check it out because this case has got my heart a long time ago, these girls. So she said, Betsy advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle was parked in Odd Manor at the old Child Protective Service building. She said if it was not for the odd vehicle to be parked there, but she said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd due to the manner it was parked, backed in near the building. Investigators received a tip from Terry Wilson in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 to 10 p.m. on February 13th. He observed, okay guys, here we go. He observed a PT Cruiser or small SUV type vehicle parked on the south side of the CPS building. He stated appeared as though it was backed in to conceal the license plate. Betsy and Terry both drew diagrams of where they saw the vehicle parked, and their diagrams basically matched the area of the vehicle parked in the manner. Let's see, I can see. Parked in the manner in which it was parked. So, are they saying there was one vehicle and it was a PT Cruiser or is it a small SUV? Because a purple PT Cruiser is owned by Tony Klein's mother owns a purple PT Cruiser. How many of those do you think are floating around this rural type area? And we know that Ellen had a small SUV. And we have heard that those vehicles, that one or more vehicles was in there kind of haphazardly parked. So Wesley McWhirter, I don't know about you guys, some of these are new names, advised he remembered seeing a small dark colored car parked in the old CPS building. He described it as possibly being a smart car. McWhirter's vehicle is seen leaving at 2:28 p.m. on the Hoosier Harvester video. Investigators spoke with Sarah Carboa, who stated that she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13th, 2022, and observed a male subject walking west on the north side of 300 North, away from the Monon High Bridge. Sarah advised that, there we go, again. Like this stuff has been out there. Sarah advised that the male subject was wearing blue-colored jacket, blue jeans, and was muddy and bloody. She further stated that it appeared he had gotten into some kind of fight. Investigators were able to determine from watching the video from Hoosier Harvester that Sarah Carboa, I'm not sure, guys, was traveling on CR 300 North at approximately 3:57. Oh. Wow. Oh, James, thank you. Bone money for the dog. Thank you. Yeah, they're kind of necessary at times, aren't they? I have like massive boxes. It's like, okay, don't. But now what they're doing is they're getting, oh, I was just reading that. I'm not quite sure how that works, Dandy. Yeah, they've understood now that if I'm talking to myself, they can probably get a treat. Let me double check that for you. I'm going to see. Oh, best news ever, guys. I'm surprised like not everybody's doing this. Yeah. It's massive news in my world. Yeah, I do believe it's right on the main page. On mine anyways, it's on the just off from the middle on the right side. So what are you guys thinking? Best news ever? Best news ever. Let me see here. Oh, goodness. Right, Shauna? This is just, yeah. Oh, I like that, Mexi. I like that. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, what a puke. Yeah, the first one. This is so awesome. Our own little crib. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm happy. I'm happy. Feel a little bit. It's a hard platform to maneuver. So I'm just happy to have made it where maybe I can get the word out just that much more. And you know what? Oh my word. All the different, I had no idea how much this was going to cost to get into this with all the different apps. And you know what? There's no going back. I mean, you guys are the best, and I'll just continue. But every little penny helps me pay for all these different, criminal record checks and different apps for editing, different apps for music, different apps for, I had no idea. I had no idea. And then I really felt like I was maybe, it was giving me a purpose to do this. When you're stay at home, you need a purpose. And you guys have all given me this purpose. I appreciate every single one of you. Absolutely. I couldn't do it without you guys. You know it. Absolutely. I appreciate every single one of yous. So let's take a look at here. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from the Hoosier Harvest store, investigators determined that there are other people on the trail that day. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male subject referenced above. Witnesses by the juvenile girls, Betsy Blair, oh, they're giving out names. Witnessed by the juvenile girls. Further, none of those individuals witnessed victim 1 and victim 2. Yeah, there is that. But you know what? So investigators reviewing, we've got them walking. We've got them photographed. We've got Kelsey dropping them off. They're good. So investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer interviewed Richard M. Allen in 2017. That narrative stated, Mr. Allen was on the trail between 3:30 and 13:30 and 15:30. He parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the new Freedom Bridge. While at the Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noted one of them was taller and had brown hair or black hair. He did not remember description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody, although he stated he was watching a stock ticker on his phone as he walked. There were vehicles parked at the High Bridge Trail. However, they did not pay attention to them. He did not take any photos or videos. His cell phone did not list an IMEI, but did have the following. Okay, I'm not sure what all this stuff is here. Oops. I'm not quite sure what all this is here. Mead 256691 463 100 153 495. I don't know. Do you guys know? And then Mead Hex 9900247025797. Potential follow-up information. Who were the girls walking in the area of Freedom Bridge? Investigators believe Mr. Allen was referring to the former Child Protective Service building, as there was not a Farm Bureau building in the area, nor had there been. Investigators believe the females he saw included RV, BW, and AS due to the time they were leaving the trail, the time he reported getting to the trail, and the descriptions of the 3 females. Investigators discovered Richard Allen owned 2 vehicles in 2017, a 2016 black Ford Focus and a 2006 gray Ford 500. Investigators observed a vehicle that resembled Allen's 2016 Ford Focus on the Hoosier Harvester's video at 1:27, traveling westbound on CR 300, north in front of the Hoosier Harvest Store, which coincided with his statement that he arrived around 1:30 at the trails. Investigators note witnesses described the vehicle parked at the former Child Protective Service building as a PT Cruiser, a small SUV, or a smart car. What the hell? None of these vehicles are alike. On October 13th, 2022, Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He advised that he was on the trail on February 13th, 2017. He stated he saw juvenile girls on the trails east of the Freedom Bridge and that he went on to Monon High Bridge. Richard Allen further stated he went out to the Monon High Bridge to watch the fish. Yeah, he went out there to watch the fish. Oh, hey, thanks, James. I appreciate the support, friend. Thank you so much. So, oh my word, this man. So, yeah, those are nothing alike. On October 13th, 2022, Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He was watching fish. Later in his statement, he said he walked out to the first platform on the bridge, that same place he was taking photos of his daughter. That spot, you know, the daughter that looks kind of similar, in my opinion, to Libby. So later in his statement, he said he walked out to the platform on the bridge. He stated he then walked back, sat on a bench on the trail, and then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of an old building. He told investigators he was wearing blue jeans, a black, blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head cover as well, which you do, you know. Oh my. He further claimed he saw no one else except for the juvenile girls he saw at the East Freedom Bridge. He told investigators that he owns firearms and that they are at his home. So, yeah, the only guy anybody's seen looked exactly like the photo that Libby caught on her camera. I don't know, guys. I've been really, really liking the way this investigation has gone. I have liked a lot of the privacy, maybe not quite as extensive. But it's really hard to look at this information and know that that town has 3,000 people in it. And it was 6 years, and this guy said he was there, dressed like this guy. And this was like at the very, very beginning. If I remember correctly, I mean, don't swear me to this, but if I remember correctly, he was going into the grocery store and he caught like a nature cop and said, "Hey, I was down there." And that was that was it. That's as far as I know. Let's see here. Let's see here. What the hell? Who is Robert P. Baston, and why is he writing letters from behind prison on behalf of R.A.? You're digging in those documents, eh, friend? Oh, looking forward to joining you. I don't know. I better write it down, though, right? But this is I think there are 118 documents. Oh, my word. So, Robert. Oh, my goodness. Rest in peace, young ladies. Okay, writing letters for RA. Is he like a lawyer or something? Or is he like a... Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Richard M. Allen's wife, Kathy Allen, also spoke to investigators. She confirmed that Richard did have guns and knives at the residence. She also stated that Richard still owns a blue Carhartt jacket. What the hell? On October 13th, 2022, investigators executed a search warrant of Richard Allen's residence at 1967 North Whiteman Drive, Delphi, Carroll County, Indiana. Among other items, officers located jackets, boots, knives, firearms, including a Sig Sauer model P226 .40 caliber pistol with serial number U625627. Between October 14th and October 19th, 2022, the Indiana State Laboratory performed an analysis on Allen's Sig Sauer model P226. The laboratory performed a physical examination and classification of the firearm, function test, barrel and overall strength measurement, test firing, ammunition components, characterization, microscopic comparison, and nibbin. Okay. The laboratory determined the unsent rounds located within 2 feet of victim two's body and had been cycled through Richard M. Allen's Sig Sauer model P226. The laboratory remarked, an identification opinion is reached when the evidence exhibits an agreement of class characteristics and a sufficient agreement of individual marks. Sufficient agreements is related to the significant duplication of random striated impressions, marks, as evidenced by the correspondence or of a pattern or combination of patterns, the surface contour. The interpretation of identification is subjective in nature and based on relevant scientific research and the reporting examiner's training and experience. Investigators then ran the firearm and found that the firearm was purchased by Richard Allen in 2001. Richard Allen voluntarily came to the Indiana State Police Post on October 6, 2022. He spoke with investigators and said that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the Sig Sauer model P226 firearm. When asked about the unspent bullet, he did not have an explanation of why the bullet was found between the bodies of victim 1 and victim 2. He again admitted he was on the trail but denied knowing victim 1 or victim 2 and denied any involvement in their deaths. Yeah. Oh my word, man. I'm going to pop over to you guys. Wow. I think so, James. I totally agree with you. Oh, not solid evidence. No. I think it's still evidence. I don't know enough about ballistics to really have an opinion. Yeah. I don't know enough about that stuff. I just thought any little tidbit that went that direction, that confirmed something, or even, yeah, do you know what I mean? Possibly added to a little bit more as to what was going on out there. You know, it's okay. You can do it whenever. Yeah. I don't know. Not solid evidence. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Shauna. I'm all tongue-tied as usual. Not rock solid, but yeah, and it keeps adding up. That's basically what I was trying to spit out of my mouth. I hear you. So yeah, this is great. Like I said, we're going through one document, and this one is, let's see, we're on 5 of 8. So that means there's only 117 more documents to go through. We'll be looking at some other things, and meanwhile, I'll go see if anything kind of jumps out that I think we should look at right away. Okay, let's see here. Through the statements and photographs of the juvenile females and the statement of Betsy Blair, RV, BW, and AS were all at the southeast side of the trail at 1243 east of Freedom Bridge at 126, walked across the former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25 after 126 and before 146. They walked the entirety of the trail and observed only one person, the adult male. Betsy Blair's vehicle is seen on Huser Harvey's video, leaving at 2:14, and she stated she only had seen one adult male. RV, BW, AS, and Betsy Blair describe the male in similar manners, wearing similar clothing, leading investigators to believe all four seen the same male individual. That would absolutely make some sense. So again, all these people. Oy. Investigators believe the male observed by Betsy Blair, RV, BW, and AS is the same man depicted in the video from victim two's phone due to the description of the male by the four females watching the male in the video. Furthermore, victim two's video was taken at 2:13 p.m. and Betsy Blair saw only one male while she was on the trail from approximately 1:46 to 2:14. And that is the thing. Nobody's seen anyone else but allegedly Richard Allen. Investigators believe Richard Allen was the male seen by Betsy Blair, RV, BW, and on the trail from 1:30 to 3:30 that day. Video from the Hoosier Harvester shows a vehicle that matches the description of Richard Allen's vehicle passing at 127, what the hell, towards the former CPS building. The clothing, he told the investigators he was wearing matched the clothing that victims to video caught. And the clothing description provided by Betsy Blair, RV, BW, and AS. A vehicle matching the description of his 2016 Ford Focus is seen at or around 2:10 p.m., 2:14 p.m., and 2:28 p.m. at the former CPS building throughout his own admissions. Richard Allen walked the trails and eventually hiked to the Monon High Bridge and walked out to the Monon High Bridge. The male subject matching Richard Allen's description was not seen on the trail after 2:13. Investigators identified another individual on the trails, or CR 300, north between 2:30 and 4:11. None of those individuals saw a male matching the description of Richard Allen on the trail. Furthermore, Richard Allen stated he only saw 3 girls on the trail who investigators, my tongue is getting all tied up and lost. Who investigators believe to be RV, BW, and AS. Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 p.m. because he was in the woods with victim 1 and victim 2. An unspent .40 caliber round between bodies of victim 1 and 2 was forensically determined to have been cycled through Richard Allen's Sig Sauer model P226. And here we go. The Sig Sauer model P226 was found at Richard Allen's residence, and he admitted to owning it. The investigators were able to determine that he had owned it since 2001. He did not know the property owner and he had no explanation as to why a round cycled through his firearm would be in that location. Yeah, right? How weird. Imagine. Right? How sus. Investigators believe that after the victims were attacked, Richard Allen returned to his vehicle by walking down CR 300 North. Investigators believe he was seen by Sarah Carboa walking back to his vehicle on CR 300 North with clothes that were muddy and bloody. What the hell? Would you not take off some of that gear? Tony Liggett, well, unless he was saturated, I guess, right? Tony Liggett, along with investigators, believe the statements made by the witnesses because the statements corroborate the timeline of the death of the two victims, as well as coincide with the admissions made by Richard Allen. Further, the accounts relayed by Betsy Blair, RV, BW, and AS are similar in nature, and timestamps on photographs taken by BW correspond to the time the juvenile females said they were on the trail and saw the male individual. Olé. Wow. What are we looking at here, guys? Yeah, sometimes the overwhelming amount of circumstantial can do the job. It is looking like it's him, at least probable. That's my thoughts too, friend. Yeah, it's really piling up. And like I say, this is only one document. And he's admitted it, like on a phone call. And it sounds like not only did he do that, but it sounds like he was like allegedly admitting all of this to doctors and staff at the jail. Yeah. So I think they got him as far as that goes. No, because it's really only a microscopic scratch. Marks that are being reviewed. You can tell that it was cycled through, though, out of a gun. But from whence exact gun would be seriously hard. Okay. Oh, I'm hoping he's toast. I'm sorry. I know that, like, we don't all have to. I know most of us are on the same page as far as our thoughts, but there's also no disrespect if somebody else has something to add in. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be exactly the same opinion. We just got to be kind. So, investigators believe Richard M. Allen committed this kidnapping, in which resulted in the death of victim 1 and victim 2. From their prior conclusions, investigators believe Richard M. Allen was the male depicted in victim 2's video saying, "Guys, down the hill." They're not saying the rest of it, though. They're not saying the rest of it. Was what, like a 46-second, I think? So the cycled round matching the firearm was located within feet of, I do believe it's Libby's body. Further believe he was carrying the Sig Sauer model P226 from the audio from victim 2's, yes, in which investigators believe they hear the sound of a gun being cycled and one of the victims mentioning a gun. I remember Abby's mom talking about this, like, towards the beginning of the case, maybe. So they believe they hear the sound of this being cycled, and one of the victims mentions a gun. Investigators believe at the time victim 1 and victim 2 were now removed from the bridge by Richard to where their deaths occurred. Charges were filed against Richard M. Allen on October 28, 2022, for 2 counts of unaliving. Once Richard M. Allen was taken into custody, he was moved to the Westville Correctional Facility, which is part of the Indiana Department of Correctional, for safekeeping. He had been in said facility since November 2022. When Richard M. Allen entered the facility, he was placed in segregation for his protection. In the segregation unit, his cell is equipped with a video recorder, which records his activities within the cell. He is also being seen by medical providers and mental health specialists to evaluate his physical condition and monitor his mental health. Richard M. Allen also has the ability to use a tablet in his cell to send messages and make phone calls and listen to music. WTF. They have to get some kind of password or something, I'm hoping, before she can just, honey. That doesn't sound right to me. So throughout his story, his mental health improvement to the point that he was taken off the unaliving watch. He was also participating in recreation time and beginning to exercise. The fatal facility reports that he was doing well and that they had no issue or concerns. This day-to-day demeanor, or his day-to-day demeanor, was that he was quiet, read a lot of books, did crossword puzzles, and exercised daily. On April 3rd, 2023, Richard M. Allen made a phone call to his wife, Kathy Allen. In that phone call, Richard M. Allen admits several times that he killed Abby and Libby. Investigators had the phone call transcript and the transcript that confirms that Richard M. Allen admits that he committed the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. He admits several times within the phone call that he was committed the offenses as charged. He had committed the offenses as charged. I just lose my brain sometimes. I look two sentences ahead and go back, and it's like, oh my. Soon after, attorneys for Rick M. Allen filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. In that motion, the defense states that Richard M. Allen's mental state has declined because Westville Correctional Facility is unfit and that he should be moved. Defense also makes allegation that his mental health has declined to the point where Richard M. Allen has been deprived of, what has he been deprived of? His constitutional right, he believes, to assist in his defense of his choice. Westville Correctional Facility defense has not, let's do that again. Defense has also challenged that his treatment is unconstitutional. Soon after, investigators were made aware by the warden of Westville Correctional Facility that Richard M. Allen began to act strange. So, yeah, what is it with his strange behavior? Absolutely. Oh, the Piggy Palace. The Piggy Palace. Every time I think of that place, ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. So let's see here. I think we're almost through this one. Investigators believe the information that the Westville Correctional Facility has gathered since Richard M. Allen was placed in the facility is important to the investigation. Investigators believe there is video evidence that will include his admission, plus his daily routines are important to determine when he was in his cell and when he was removed, and the reasons he was removed. Further, any records of physical examination or mental health exams will be important to determine if the state has the mental and physical health of his. This modifies safekeeping order. The evidence is also necessary for further refute the allegations of, I keep losing myself, diminished mental capacity and or possible defenses. It may also be important as the state introduces additional evidence gathered, including admissions made by Richard M. Allen himself. Investigators believe all the information is important in the continued investigation for the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. For these reasons, the state is requesting the employment records for Richard Allen as specified. The attached subpoena deuces. What the hell? In the attached subpoena deuces, tecum, and or request for product of documents and records to show a non-party. This request is made for the purpose of an investigation regarding death. Further, in response to the observations made by the investigating officer, the state believes that Richard Allen is a suspect with the criminal acts. In the criminal acts, the state believes that the employment records would be able to confirm or support information that the law enforcement already acquired, and as a result of the murder investigation, state of Indiana has contacted defense counsel for Richard Allen. The defense counsel has not informed me whether they consent or object to the subpoena. The state of Indiana has also sent them a courtesy copy of the subpoena via email. Wherever the state of Indiana by Nicholas M. McClellan prosecuting for the 74th Judicial Circuit specifically prays that this court review the attached subpoena and the order of protection of said records and such other relief as it has been just and proper in the premises. I hereby certify that services of the law of a true and complete copy of the above and foregoing pleading or paper was made upon the following parties and filed with the Carroll County Court by deposing the same in the United States mail in an envelope properly addressed with sufficient postage. 20th day of April. I don't know. I know Nicholas McClellan, but I'm not sure who that person is. Do you guys? Let's see what this is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take a look at those documents, sift through them, and see what we've got. One by one, I guess. We got this. So, here we go. Docs provide insight into incriminating statements from Allen mentioning manner of death. This afternoon, Special Judge Fran Gull, who is overseeing the Delphi murders trial of Richard Allen, unsealed more than 100 documents relating to the case. Allen is currently charged with the death in relation to February 2017 deaths of Libby German, Abby Williams near the Monon High Bridge. Olé. During Allen's most recent hearing, Gull explained she would be unsealing documents to the public that were previously sealed. However, she did not explicitly say which documents and what for. On Wednesday, Gull issued an order unsealing 118 documents. 19 documents remain under seal. That sounds more feasible. Those documents in motions and for leave of court to subpoena third-party records. In that motion, a further explanation into Allen's admission of guilt is found. The motion states, on April 3rd, 2023, Richard M. Allen made a phone call to his wife, Kathy Allen. In that phone call, Richard M. Allen admits several times that he unalived Abby and Libby. Investigators had phone call transcribed, and the transcription confirms that Richard M. Allen admitted that he committed these attacks of Abigail William and Liberty German. He admits several times within the phone call that he committed the offenses. His wife, Kathy, ends the phone call abruptly. Richard M. Allen was writing down and paperwork he had also gotten from his attorneys and eating it. He was refusing to eat and refusing to sleep. He would go for days refusing to sleep, and further broke the table that he used for messages and phone calls. Can we say hellion? Ooh, what we got? Is this what we're looking at now, friends? I think it is. How many pages? 8? Yeah, that's what we got. So, documents also shared for the first time that Abby and Libby died by homicide by sharp object. And that's new. I mean, everybody speculated, but this is the first time them throwing that out. Multiple pieces of clothing missing from the scene, including socks and underwear. People are so screwed up. Oh, my word. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'll take one more look. And see if there's anything else that's popped up since I looked last time. Yeah. I think this is probably where I'm going to end it. They've got this guy in jail, so person's going to have to take a good look at what else there is and do some more videos. I do believe I'll be around for the next little while. This is going to keep me very busy tonight, tomorrow. As soon as I compile enough to think that you guys are going to want to see it, I'll get her done. So God bless these kids. And I don't know, did you all think he did it? I thought he did it. You know, I'm still curious about the Kleins. Again, looking forward to getting into the paperwork. I'm going to check the chat here. Mexi, did you start going through some of that stuff? I just have a feeling you did because you love that as much as I do. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please do. Hit that thumb. It is a massive help to get me into the algorithm. And share it out. Make a comment. Let me know what you think of this. Did you expect this? I'm a little surprised. But hey, I'm really, really glad that I don't think that guy's ever going to get out. He can do all the whining and complaining. He's done like dinner, I think. So guys, thanks again. I appreciate you. Have a great night, James. And yeah, all you guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.